about Israel's economy. Karma's a motherfucker. Oh, Israel's economy. Due to the boycotts and due to other states, other countries saying, no, we can't fuck with you anymore because you're a genocidal fucking crazy ass area. Um, yeah. So I'm finna share my screen real quick. Um, and I'm gonna read it. Yeah. Yeah. So, it said the end of Israel's economy. I hate that motherfucker right there. That evil piece of shit. He deserved whatever the fuck he get, man. I'm finna read this part right here. I did this the most important part. The top part, the beginning of the article, is just talking about the summary of what happened since October 7th. Even though we know um, occupations started before October 7th. October 7th was the big day. But anyway, I'm going to read this. It says the economic indicators speak on nothing less than an economic catastrophe. Over 46,000 businesses have gone bankrupt. Tourism has stopped. Israel's credit rating has lowered. Israeli bonds are sold at the price of almost junk bond levels, and the foreign investments have already dropped by 60% in the first quarter of 2023, as a result of the policies of Israel's far-right government before October 7th. Show no prospects of recovery. The majority of the money invested in Israeli investment funds was diverted to investments abroad because Israeli do not want their own pension funds and insurance funds or their own savings to be tied to the state of Israel. This has caused a surprising stability in the Israeli stock market because funds invested in foreign stocks and bonds generated profit in a foreign currency, which was multiplied by the rise in the exchange rate between foreign currencies and the Israeli shekel. Shekel? But then Intel scuttered a $25 billion investment plan in Israel, the biggest BDS victory ever. Yeah, I use Intel. First of all, fuck Intel. But second of all, this right here, 46,000 businesses have gone bankrupt. Tourism has stopped. That right there. When it comes to the stock market investments, I don't really give a fuck about that. Like, because of Israel being evil villain, like Israel is it's a shit stain on the world at this point. And to be honest with you, man, I do not feel sorry for the Israeli government. Benjamin Netanyahu, he deserved this. Um, Everybody sees what y'all doing. Like, y'all obviously don't want a ceasefire. You're trying to start a war with Iran. You want the U.S. to get involved. And hell, even you, Benjamin Netanyahu, your lying ass saying that um, Iran was trying to assassinate Trump. So yeah, like, yeah, you want things to keep on going as planned. You want um more money and weapons to go to kill innocent Palestinian babies. And if you're American in this country and you know what's going on, man, you should feel like, I know most of us are pro Israel, but the motherfuckers that don't care, you should feel really, really ashamed. Like, I feel embarrassed to be American. I'm embarrassed. I have foreigners, people from other countries talk to me all the time on social media. I feel ashamed to say where I'm from because they know that the United States is perpetrated in this fucking genocide. I'm finna continue to read. Right here it says the crisis strikes deeper at the means of production of Israeli economy. But these are all financial indicators. But the crisis strikes deeper at the means of production of Israeli economy. Israel's power grid, which was largely switched to natural gas, still depends on coal to supply demand. The biggest supplier of coal of Israel is Colombia, which announced that it will suspend coal shipments to Israel as long as the genocide was ongoing. After Colombia, the next two biggest suppliers are South Africa and Russia. Without reliable and continuous electricity, Israel will no longer pretend to be a developed economy. Server farms do not work without 24-hour power, and no one knows how many blackouts this Israeli high-tech sector could potentially survive. International tech companies have already started closing their branches in Israel. So, oh shit. So shout out to Colombia, man. I think Mari, one of my comrades on Twitter, Mari, she's from Colombia. Shout out to Colombia, Mari. Um, yeah. Genocide equals no coal for you. Anyway, we need to get off coal. We need to get to green renewable energy. But that's another story for another day. But anyway, South Africa and Russia stop supplying coal to Israel. That right there, if South Africa and Russia stop supplying coal to Israel, I bet you the motherfuckers start genocide down. See, you gotta use force. I know a lot of people say the United States could stop sending, could end the weapons embargo on Israel. Yes, but they need. I mean, everybody needs power. I'm pretty sure power over weapons, right? So yeah. Again, South Africa and Russia. Y'all need to enter the chat. Stop it. Stop sending coal. Just saying. It says Israel's reputation as a startup nation depends on its tech sector, which in turn depends on highly educated employees. Israeli academics report that joint research with universities abroad has declined sharply thanks to its efforts of student encampments. Israeli newspapers are full of articles about the exodus of educated Israelis. Professor Dan Ben David, a famous economist, argued that the Israeli economy is held together by 300,000 people, the senior staff in universities, tech companies, and hospitals. Once a significant portion of these people leave, he says, we won't become a third world country. We just won't be anymore. Yeah. So basically, this professor is saying Israeli economy is held together by really a few fish, and if those fish leave, then Israel become a dystopian. It's already imaginary. Israel's an imaginary state, but it'll become super dystopian shit. It says data on the actual numbers of Israelis leaving the country is confusing and self-contradictory. In a time of great uncertainty, when Israeli newspapers are pumping disinformation about a global wave of anti-Semitism, as if Jews will be more at risk in Europe and North America than they are in Israel. Many Israelis are still opting for immigration. Families are taking extended vacation, and other Israelis explore options for work and study abroad. Still, the estimates of the number of Israelis who already left is very, very wildly. Yeah, even the fucking people of the imaginary state, the citizens of the imaginary state, are leaving that shithole. Hell, I don't blame them. I mean, it's not a shithole. It's really Palestine, but Israel occupied it illegally. But yeah, y'all know what I'm saying. Benjamin Netanyahu is a shithole. That's what I'm talking about. Hell, hell, them people say shit. I taking an extended vacation. Hell, I don't want to be I don't want to be in this mess, this genocide. Hell, I don't blame them. I'm gonna read this a few more. The two sectors of the Israeli economy do not report a crash are the armed companies, which are reporting high sales. Of course, they're reporting high sales. Thanks to the fucking United States and Germany, I think. Yeah, fuck you too, Germany. Although most of them are domestic arming genocide, and the exits as international corporations scavenge the carcasses of Israel tech sector looking for bargains. Even Google expressed interest in buying the Israeli cybersecurity whiz founded by Israeli intelligence officers who are eager to sell their company to Google in order to be able to leave Israel. Israeli economists are expecting Israel government to take urgent action to deal with the crisis, end the war, cut public spending, raise taxes, restore public trust in Israel's public institutions, and repair Israel's foreign relations, especially with the countries that depend upon its trade, the EU, Turkey, and Colombia. The Israeli government is instead implementing plans to destroy the Palestinian economy, not only of Gaza but also of the Palestinian Authority in the West Bank. Ain't that what the Abraham Accords did? Basically, Abraham Accords says, Palestinians, you ain't got no say. Do as we do now. I mean, do as we say, not as we do. That's basically what the fuck that was. Um, it adopts a belligerent approach towards any state that criticizes its policies and has passed a last minute and unrealistic budget for 2024. So yeah, y'all can read the rest of this. Just a couple more paragraphs. I ain't gonna read all that. Yeah, so um, Israel's economy is dying. Um, it's dying. I hope to God that South Africa and Russia stop their coal supply to Israel, or threaten to stop their coal supply to Israel. I mean, I know Putin. I know a lot of people don't like Putin, rightfully so. But I mean, Putin. It's up to you, man. Hey, you need power. The power to tech. There's a lot of tech companies in Israel.